Hello, my name is Amida from Butu. I'm going to be doing a presentation of a Java application I built. It's a UI Java application built using Swing components, mostly boxes, menus, file choosers. The application implements serialization in order to persist and save objects into files which can be retrieved and used in the application. The application demonstrates a simple person management application which has a hierarchical structure of person, registered person, and OCCC person. A registered person is the person is the base class, and registered person inherits the properties and states of the person class, and OCCC person inherits the properties and states of the registered person's class. So that's the flow of the application. I'm gonna go ahead and run the application now and go over its functionalities by creating different persons in different hierarchies. The application has the functionality that you can create a person, a registered person, an OCCC person. You can delete and edit persons as you wish. So I'm going to go ahead and run the application right now and go over its functionalities. So here's the code. I'm going to go ahead and run it. So when you run the application for the first time, it opens with I haven't added any person yet, so we're going to go ahead and create a couple of persons objects and add it to the application. Then we're going to save it to a file. Then we're going to try to perform the edit and delete functionalities. Let me start by adding 5 different persons in different hierarchies. So I'm going to start with a person. So I'll create the first name and last name. Okay, so this person is added, and we have this drop down menu which you can drop down to see all the different persons that have been added to the program, and you can choose to edit or delete any of them. I'm going to go ahead and create another person. So we have these 3 menus at the bottom to create, edit, or delete. So I'm going to go ahead and add, and this time I'm going to add a registered person. So the first name is going to be Elon. Okay, and last name. So since it's a registered person, when you create a registered person, you have to give it a government ID. But if you create just a simple person object, you don't need any registered ID, because the person class only has first name and last name, and the registered person inherits the states first name and last name, and it has an added property which is a government ID. So I'm going to go ahead and give this registered person a government ID number. Okay, so now if I click on this drop down, you can see we have 2 persons, and when you select a person, it will show you information about that person. So this one shows the name, first and last name, then the government ID number. And if I click on the first one, it only shows the name because it's just a person object. So I'm going to create the third person. So let's do OCCC person, and let's give first name Grace, and last name Hooper. And we have to give a government ID. give the government ID, because a person object is OCCC person inherits from registered person, so they need all the states and classes and objects of registered person. They inherit the states and properties. So do government ID, and then an OCCC person has an extra added property, which is student ID. So we can add student ID. Okay, and you can see we have our 3 different created persons. So I'm going to create a 4th one. So for one, let's do another registered person. Now we're going to do a first name and last name. And then we're going to do government ID. Alright, and we have 4 persons, so we're going to create a 5th person. And this one is just going to be an OCCC person again. So we'll go ahead and add it. I'll give it government ID and student ID as well. And student ID. Okay, so we have the 5 persons created. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete one of them. So let's delete this Ada. So I'm gonna click on it and click on delete. And now if I click on this drop down, see Ada is gone. So now we only have 4 different persons left. So I'm gonna go and edit. Let's edit the last one. So we're gonna remove the last name, but we're gonna leave everything else the same. So I'm gonna change Hamilton to something else, maybe John. So I will go ahead and change Hamilton to John. So I'm gonna take edit. I'm gonna leave first name the same. Then I'll change last name to John. Okay, so then okay. So I'll leave everything else the same. But you can edit everything if you want. So now you can see we have Alan, Grace Hooper, Louis Tovards, and Margaret John instead of Hamilton. So now I'm gonna save it, because the various different hierarchy of person class, the person class, the registered person, and the OCCC person class are all serialized using the serializable interface in Java. It helps so you can save these different objects in a file, and it can be retrieved. If you open the file using this application, you can retrieve the different objects and make sure they match the different classes through which they were created, and then you can run it again in your program. So I'm going to go ahead and save a file. So I'll come here and I'll take save, and I will choose a location. That'll be easy to find. So I'll just do desktop, and I'll give it a file name, call it person UI, and then I'll save it. So now that I saved the file, I'm gonna go ahead and close the application, and then when I open it again, I will instead of creating new persons, I'll just open the file and make sure everything is still there, make sure it was saved correctly. Close the application. So now the application has been closed. So I'm gonna run the application again and then try to open that file to make sure our person's data was saved correctly. So the application is open, a blank new application. I'm gonna go ahead and go to File and take Open, and I should go to Desktop. So here we are. This is the one. So this a previous one I used to test the application. So this is the one I just saved. So I'll open it, and here we go. Here we go. We have our 4 persons still there: Alan John, Grace Hooper, Linus Tovards, and Margaret John. All our 4 objects are still there. And that's gonna be the end of the demonstration. Thank you for watching.